Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I'm here with the weekly forecast, the weekly astrology forecast for the week starting today, August 24th through Saturday, August 30th. Couple overarching themes here are patience and authenticity. And another way to say that would be part of what's happening this week is kind of we're being invited to heed the vibes, but also really take to the strong Virgo energy that just came with the new moon that we just had yesterday, Saturday, the 23rd. That's still a big theme for this week, and that new moon did say, there might be a little bit of challenges in the physical world, but to trust that and trust the bigger picture. So the overarching theme is if something's not going as planned, maybe don't push against it the same way that we usually do. Maybe release it and see if there's a bigger picture or a silver lining, or wait a day for something else to come in or a new idea to come in. Let's go ahead and get to what's going on today, Sunday, the 24th. The sun is super, super, super duper active. Sun just went into the sign of Virgo yesterday, and the sun is doing some challenging aspecting today. It's squaring Uranus. It's semi-square Uranus, Gemini, semi-square Jupiter in Cancer, quincunx Neptune, quincunx Pluto. And all those things, squaring, semi-squaring, and quincunxes, talk about a friction and maybe a need for some things to be adjusted so that they flow. And those are almost all the outer planets. And all the outer planets, the ones that are doing this beautiful, never seen it before, as far as we can remember, energetic shift. So if that's what's happening and the sun's coming up with some challenging aspects against all those outer planets, that's showing us that we're in the middle of a rebirth process right now. So to just trust that, like I was saying, that there might be some friction. It might be a day to the other metaphor that came through for me was like, if you've ever driven a stick shift, shift it into neutral or downshift. Be willing to pump the brakes a little bit, not because we need to stop, not because something's wrong, but because especially because this is eclipse season right now. We're in it. We're in the portal. So part of the friction that we're going to be feeling is for a good reason, because eclipse season wants to take us up and out and beyond linear time and space. And if we're still so beholding to the way things are and the thing we think we need and the way we want it to be done, we might miss that portal opportunity to really help us leapfrog over some things, some that are would make manifestation less immediate. Let's go next to what's happening on Monday. Monday, we have Venus and Mercury very active. Mercury is sesquiquadrate both Saturn in Aries as well as Neptune in Aries. And that's a challenge with these two planets, with the possibility for growth. And so, like I was saying, what's happening sometimes with Saturn right now is first, a planet, our communication planet, is going to aspect Saturn. You're going to feel a little bit of a limitation, something shrinking up a little bit. But then Neptune, that aspect comes to Neptune next, and Neptune just dissolves the boundaries, dissolves the rigidity, dissolves some of the limitations, and helps us to maybe see and intuit, because Neptune is a magnetic planet, to attract what we really want. We also have Mercury semi-sextile Jupiter in Cancer, and that's gonna just require a conscious effort on our part to integrate and move forward, integrate our communication. So this is Virgo season. So Virgo likes the details. Virgo pays attention, cross your T's and dot your I's. And Virgo is indiscriminate. It's not just for you or for me. Virgo just wants that to be the case. So it'll be a really good idea, like I was saying, for Sunday, to kind of shift down a little bit, slow the speed at full speed ahead pace, if there is anything like that, and really pay extra attention to the feeling, the energetics of the communication. And then we have lovely lady Venus. Venus is in Leo along with Mercury, She's quintile Mars, which is and trining uh, Saturn. So that's going to be an opportunity for some new ideas, some flows of creativity, some innate kind of ideas or talents. And one of the keys here that's coming through this week is it's already within us. Yes, maybe there's some more work to do in the 3D world to like manifest it, but we're going to start to feel like we can already sense with our spidey senses the why we're here, and that's actually pretty exciting. I also forgot to mention there's so much going on this week as we're in the next couple of weeks as we're preparing for this the first of two eclipses, which is going to be a lunar eclipse of the full moon. I figure all the planets are lighting up. There's lots of aspecting happening in these next 2 weeks. So let's go to Tuesday now. We're only at Tuesday, and we have Venus and Mercury again active. So Venus is sextiling Uranus and Gemini and trining Neptune in Aries. So she just hit on Saturn the day before, and now she's trining Neptune. So that's going to be the idea. Like I was saying, Saturn's that kind of idea of really wanting to slow things down or tighten things up so that it can be real in the real world. Neptune's going to show us an even more expedient way to get from here to there. And then we also have Mercury quincunx the North Node. So this is going to be really the North Node is in Pisces, and so it's really going to be inviting us and to tap into our. If you think about, if you believe in past lives, old soul, maybe we came from a different star system, if or not, or maybe it's just a belief in God, but that aspect of us that is bigger than ourselves. Tap into that aspect of us that is not limited by the physical reality that we see and hear and smell and taste and touch. Let's go to Wednesday now. We have Wednesday. Venus is opposing Pluto. Venus and Leo opposing Pluto in Aquarius. So this is going to be a time to look around with our eyes open and be willing to see what is true and be willing to take in information that we may not have been available to us before, because Pluto likes to dig things up from beneath the surface, and right now it's doing so for the collective. Thursday the 28th, Venus is sesquiquadrate Neptune, and that is going to present a little bit of a challenge for us, but the challenge is going to be something that we're going to be willing to rise to and able to rise to, because it feels like we understand the why. Uranus is sextiling Neptune that same day. Uranus and Gemini sextiling Neptune in Aries. That sextile is exact. That's part of that minor triangle that's active for the whole rest of this year. So today, Thursday, that day, the 28th, is when that sextile becomes exact to the degree and to the minute. We've been feeling it, but it's really going to be on point. And what that's about is, it's about, well, Uranus is, we are the change. We are the high tech we seek, right? And Neptune in Aries is about really claiming that I am-ness of the things that we cannot see, but we know to be true. Really good time to rely on our energetic intuition this week. And then by the time we get to Saturday, we have a really harmonious close to the week. We have Mercury biquintile, both Saturn and Neptune, and that's just a creative, harmonious aspect. It's as if we go with the flow and really put in the work, so to speak. And the work isn't necessarily like dragging rocks up a hill. The work is heating the vibes, like I was saying. The work is being willing to bring patience to the table, because as I mentioned, we're in this eclipse portal, and they're likely some of the ways that we've been addressing things. There's a much more higher vibe way to go about things, and we're going to start to see those opportunities by the time we get to Saturday. We also have the Sun biquintile Pluto, which is cool, because that also means some of this stuff is going to start to coalesce into 3D reality. It's not going to be the case that it's fully manifested by any stretch. We're not there yet, but we're going to get to start to really get those clues in the 3D world by the time we get to Saturday. So I hope this is helpful. You know, in general, eclipse seasons are miraculous times, they're surprising times, they're times where things that might be just unheard of or unthought about happen. And so, one of the themes for this week is for us to clean up our own vibrational operation, take ownership for it. And as I was saying, have patience, but be in our authenticity and be in our truth. I'm grateful for you. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next weekend.